So now that we've allowed the system to pre-titrate, we can go ahead and start weighing our sample. And we're gonna weigh between 0.5 gram to 1 gram of solid, because the water content is theoretically supposed to be 0.5%. So if we have a titer of 5 milligrams of water per milliliter and a burette of 5 mLs, we're expecting to be able to titrate within 1 burette 25 milligrams of water. Therefore, we want to make sure that we weigh an appropriate amount of solid so that way we can titrate within 1 burette. So we're going to go ahead and weigh from our vessel. We're going to have to tear our glass vessel, and this is a specific glass back weighing vessel, so that way we can weigh these solids. It's now 0, so we're going to go ahead and add our 0.5 gram to 1 gram. This value is arbitrary. It's also important to try and weigh towards the front of the inside of this boat, so that way the transfer can be complete. And we have a little bit over 0.5 gram here, so we're going to let this settle. And after it's done drifting, we're going to go ahead and tare. We can go ahead and set our reagent aside, clean our scopula, tare. And now while we're waiting for that to complete drift, we're gonna go ahead and on the instrument, start sample. And it's very important that you click start sample here. If you were to add sample, it's gonna think that we're still pre-titrating the water that's in the vessel, and it's just gonna start titrating to a blank 0. So hit start sample. It's now letting you know that you need to now add your sample. One last tare so you can have a true back weigh. Now we're gonna go ahead and open here. I'm gonna open the shield. We're going to grab our vessel, and without losing any of the mass on here, we're going to open our vessel completely. And it's very important that you don't get any of this solid on these lines. You want it to directly transfer into the vessel. And now again, without moving and losing any weight, we want to make sure that we weigh this. And I got a little bit of liquid on here, so I'm just going to tap this dry. And we're going to let this settle. I'm also going to recap our vessel. And while we're letting the balance settle, we're going to go ahead and this is going to start titrating, waiting for us to input our mass. So now we have minimal drift, so we're going to go ahead and input our weight, 0.6140. There will still be some drift, but proportional to the amount that we've added, it's very minimal. So we'll wait and make sure that we can get a close value. And I will update this to 50, and we're gonna hit OK. So now it's going to be titrating according to the weight that I input, and it's gonna quantify the water content based on the total mass of the solid that was added to the vessel.